Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 Ram TRX Havoc Edition. This is finished off in an exclusive Baja yellow, and these have a starting MSRP of $106,000. You get a highly performance-oriented, full-size truck, and powering the TRX, this has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 that's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, where this pumps out 702 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, sent through the full-time four-wheel drive system, propelling this 6,400-pound truck from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Top speed is 118 miles an hour. And for fuel economy, it's not really important if you decide to buy this performance-oriented truck. So let's work our way to the exterior styling now, where this has a ton of functionality to the front end. Even the Ram logo is hollow to provide even more airflow to that supercharged engine. There's a forward-facing camera with all these sensors, which are in the steel front bumper. So that gives you added protection. There's 2 tow hooks up front, and then a really nice surround for this grille. I love how it matches the bumper very nicely. It works its way around the headlight housings, which are LED for the DRLs, turn signals, even the fog lights in the lower section. And then that surround works its way to the upper section of the grille, separating it from this functional air inlet right in the middle of the hood scoop. There's also 3 lights on the top of it, and then heat extraction vents on both sides with the 6.2 liter supercharged badge and all of the matte black vinyl, which is a great contrast. Now this also has functional inlets on the outside of the headlight housings. Those correspond with the back section of that fender flare, which I will show here in just a second. Very aggressive front end design for this full-size truck. Now this has a set of 35-inch tires, 18-inch wheels with the two-tone design to them, and it has the Bilstein suspension. This is a very capable truck for high-speed off-roading. We have the fender flares finished off in black, and then that functional piece that corresponds with the side of the headlight is located right there. Gloss black for the side mirrors. It's also on the door handles, so it's a good theme going on. This has the full steel side steps, which could be used for off-road protection or to enter and exit. Full panoramic sunroof up top, and check out the beefy rear suspension for this truck. So much travel for this as well. Now in the rear, there's also another trim piece on the side of the LED taillights. This has a backup camera. All of the sensors are in that steel rear bumper, dual exhaust. It can tow right around 8,100 pounds as well. Let's fire this up though, because it does have remote start. We can listen to that V8 come to life. It sounds so good, especially when you get on the accelerator there. Full-size spare is also located underneath, which is impressive to see. Now for this bed, spray and bed liner with a lot of areas to tie down items. So it makes it capable for a full-size truck. You also have a lightweight tailgate, so that is easy to close. And there is a side step on this driver's side. So with your foot there, it's a little bit sticky there, but you can get that out, and that can help you enter and exit when you need it. And then you can just push on that again, and it will go back up. Now for the rear seats, doesn't look like you can unlock this from the door handles. For 6 figures, I would like to see being able to do that. The door panel though has leather and alcantara, all the yellow stitching, carbon fiber, Harman Kardon sound system. Very beautiful interior. It works its way to the full leather seats with more of that yellow stitching. And there's a lot of storage space for the size of this vehicle. Check out how much room there is under both sides. You get this pocket here where you can place straps, whatever you need. There's even a ruler there if you need to measure anything. So pretty cool to see that hidden away. And then you can also lift up these seats. There's a lever there if you need a larger flat surface to put items in the back or a little bit of items underneath. Both of these seats come up, which is nice. And at 5'10", super easy to get up with a grab handle and a side step. There's storage pockets behind both front seats. These are even heated and ventilated. Pretty awesome to see for a truck. Carbon fiber surrounding the cup holders. There's your climate adjustments, auxiliaries. And in the middle, if you don't have a middle seat passenger, the entire seat folds down, gives you 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage underneath the alcantara and leather. It has the electronic sliding rear window, and then the full moonroof with the sunshade currently closed. But it's a full-size truck. You have plenty of room for all of your passengers. Front door panel is just like the rear, however, a little bit more storage in the lower section and the memory seating adjustments. Side mirror adjustments, which are power folding too. And TRX is at the top of these leather seats. They are automatic, which is nice, and your front seat passengers get a grab handle too. So it makes it easier to enter. Now the steering wheel is leather and alcantara with carbon fiber accents. Let's fire this up though. We can hear it come to life. On the right side, all the cruise, even adaptive cruise control settings. So this has distance pacing, massive paddle shifters, and they actually go around your volume and tuning. So it doesn't hinder those, which is nice to see. Left side has your Bluetooth controls, along with all of those for the massive digital gauge cluster. Currently it's showing tach on the left side, miles per hour on the right side, and miles per hour is right in the middle. But if I scroll down, there's driver information where you can look at your adaptive cruise. You have vehicle information where you can pull up a lot of vitals and see those in full screen. Very nice to see that. There's also the performance page where you can look at all of this and go through basically anything that you need to. There's trip information, navigation, even off-road where you can monitor that info as needed. There's a trailer tow. You can look at audio and messages, and then your screen setup. So you can go through all of these and configure them as needed. And then there's diagnostics. So it's very helpful to have that, especially for the size of that screen. Now on the left side, there's pedal adjustments with the e-brake, all the headlight and fog light adjustments, dimmer switches, more carbon fiber, and 1 air vent. The head-up display just shows miles per hour and the speed limit sign. And then up in the top, more alcantara, leather covers the entire dash, a little bit of storage with an auxiliary. And then for this massive screen, you have a lot more to go through. Currently it's on navigation. Under home, there's a split screen where you can add some shortcuts and other information as needed, so you can edit those pages. There's media, you can go into all of your climate adjustments, the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and adjust all of that accordingly. You have phone when that's paired. Under vehicle, you can go through all of these settings here just to configure this the way that you would like to. There's other controls for your cameras. Under dashboard though, let's go into the race options. This truck has launch control. You can activate that, even set your RPM, how you want it to launch, and you have the shift light too, which is pretty cool to see. Under the driving modes, you have all of these. Depending on how you would like to drive, it will automatically adjust everything for you, just depending on the mode to get the maximum performance. And then under the performance pages, you have a lot more to go through, which is very cool to see for a pickup truck. You're buying a sports car that can tow basically, which is awesome to see. And then under vehicle, you have all of these different camera angles. So you have no shortage of visibility, and just depends, you can hook up some other items. It looks like you can go through quite a lot. There's also some apps that you can go into as needed, and then climate adjustments are on both sides with some defrosters, volume and tuning, and power. And then in the lower section, there's the trailer braking along with the trailer steering. So if you've never backed up before, this can help you with that. There's some auxiliaries where you can hook up lights, compressors, anything you may have. Parking sensors can be turned on and off. And then there's even more auxiliaries in the lower section, along with a wireless charging pad and some storage. So you can have a bunch of items down below as needed. On this left side, there's shortcuts to launch control, along with the cruise control for off-road. There's traction control, all of the four-wheel drive selectors, and even the locking diff. And then the different drive modes, which you can easily go through on the gauge cluster here. So just like you saw in the middle, you can quickly get to them. 2 cup holders are on this right side with carbon fiber for that lid. And you will see the backup camera up here. I already went over all of that. Going into drive now, you can actually shift using the shifter or those paddle shifters. And then we have the Havoc badge with a few vitals on that badge there, which is pretty cool. Leather and alcantara, and then 2 compartments for the center area. A lot more space down below with a 3-prong outlet, even a conversion chart on the backside if you need to use that. And if 2 in the middle isn't enough, you get 2 glove boxes, little one up top, larger one in the lower section. You have a lot of storage for this truck and a lot of visibility too. So it's very easy to see in all directions. Up top, there's a lot more controls for the sunshades, sunroof, rear glass that you can open and close, all the dome lights, even a sunglass holder too, which is nice. Few call buttons in the middle, and this even has the camera system for the rear view mirror, which is very nice to see, just to give you that added visibility. Now it's time to get the TRX out on the road. We will not be driving this one, however, it will be an identical TRX, just a different color. So let's go ahead and get it out on the road. And so now as we switch over to the POV angle, we can do launch control one more time, where you'll see activate launch control is right there. So simply just click on that, it is activated. And with my foot on the brake, we'll let it go a little bit longer here. So foot on the brake, mash the gas, release the brake, here we go. That definitely gets up and moves. Now you can definitely feel the weight of this truck. I was trying to keep it, we're not on the widest road right now to be able to do this test, but keeping it within the lines, very easy with the all-wheel drive system, but you can feel it kind of going back and forth just with the pure power that this truck has. Now there wasn't any spinning in that, and that was a quick launch because it's currently set at 1000 RPM, so it's not going up to 3 or 4, something like that. I'm not going to mess with that since that's where it is currently set at, but you can adjust that if you'd like to. So we got a pretty quick launch there, not building up a ton of power, but it still got up and moved. And from the driver's seat, hopefully you can tell how big this truck is. We're going line to line on this narrow road, but it's really not hard to get used to driving. I also like the fact that we have the smaller mirror in the corner of the side mirrors. So if you're towing, it gives you a little bit of extra visibility with the length of the trailer. Now this is a really comfortable truck to drive with the bumpy road that we're on right now. It is so smooth with that Bilstein suspension. It's absorbing all of these bumps very nicely, and it's quiet too. This is a perfect daily driving truck. If this is something that you want, you could use this as a work truck too. It's an expensive work truck, but nonetheless, you could use this. You could drive this every single day, and it's going to give you the fun factor that you're looking for. Now we'll do one slight acceleration here to finish it up. And it's quick, supercharger sounds amazing. It's a fun truck. I wish I could take it off-road and really test it out because I know they are very capable, but on-road, just as capable. And I think that's gonna wrap it up for this 2022 Ram TRX 1500 Sandblast Edition. Once again, huge shout out to Anderson for letting me take his truck out and experience what it's like. Give him a follow, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it as well, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.